Hey there. If you are over 40 and struggling with that darn belly fat, you are not alone. But here's the truth. Doing endless crunches and sit-ups are just not the answer. Today, I'm sharing the exercises that actually help you burn belly fat and get results. If we've not met yet, my name is Nicole Dalton. I have been a physician assistant for almost 25 years, now turned menopause weight loss coach. I help women 35 and over lose weight for the last time to create the healthiest version of themselves for the second half of life. If you are ready to see what a personalized plan looks like to get this weight off, working with your hormones and not against them, then join me on your free call. I will link that calendar link in the show notes for you. Let's dig in here. I want to walk through a couple myths that I hear often from women about belly fat loss, okay? And why it doesn't work. So the first thing is you cannot spot reduce fat anywhere, okay? You cannot spot reduce belly fat. This all comes from nutrition and some of the exercises that we're going to talk about today. So what that means is spot reducing belly fat is actually a myth. So by doing those crunches and sit-ups, you're gaining muscle in your belly, your abdominal muscles, but that actually doesn't cause you to lose the fat layer that's sitting over the muscle, okay? So don't expect to do more crunches and sit-ups and lose belly fat if it was just that easy. Okay. And it also is a myth that excessive cardio would help you lose belly fat. That's actually the opposite. Okay. Especially in perimenopause and menopause. Excessive cardio, like long runs, long swims, they actually will increase our cortisol. They're a little bit more stressful on our body during this phase in our life, and that causes us to store more belly fat. So you're probably doing yourself more harm than good if you are going out for long runs or jogs and expecting that to help with fat loss. Now that we know what won't work for belly fat loss, let's dig into what the most important exercises are that you can do to get the most bang for your buck to work on belly fat loss. Okay, the first one, the most important, is weightlifting. If you're not lifting weights, pick up weights. You might get big and bulky like a bodybuilder, unless that's what you're trying to do, but pick up heavy weights without getting injured, no proper technique and form first before you work up to heavy weights, but strength training. This leads to building muscle and boosting metabolism so you can burn fat long term. Okay, it's because of that increase in muscle is why our metabolism is increasing. Some examples of some great lifts would be your more complex lifts, like your squats, like your deadlifts, your clean and jerks, lunges, and push-ups. These are some of the best exercises that you can do because it's working your whole body's muscle. And this is helping your metabolism. It also is helping with fat loss. Okay. So again, before you start any of those moves, make sure you work with a trainer or learn proper technique before you pick up weights. So do those, practice those time and time again on your own without weights, just to make sure you're doing the proper technique. Look in a mirror and look at your form or have someone else help you. And then once you feel confident, then start picking up the heavy weights without getting injured. Okay. So the next most important exercise is high intensity interval training. Okay, or HIIT workouts, if you've heard of those. Another one is sprint interval training or SIT workouts, okay? So these are actually super important during perimenopause and menopause because these short bursts of intense exercise torches fat. Okay, so some examples here are some jump squats, some burpees, mountain climbers. Think of like 4th grade PE. Those are the moves you want to be incorporating. If you do like to bike or swim or get on the elliptical or run, incorporating some sprint intervals in those sessions also are super helpful, and most important if you're doing some cardio workouts as well. So high intensity intervals burn fat because, again, we're working the whole body's muscle mass, and increasing our interval training will help with fat loss. The third thing is core strengthening moves. Okay, so what do I mean by those when I just told you sit-ups and crunches aren't effective? So you want to focus more on the ab workouts that are going to strengthen those deep abdominal muscles. That'll give you a flatter stomach. Okay, remember, we can't spot lose fat, but we can work those muscles for a flatter appearing stomach. So some examples there are planks. See if you can challenge yourself to hitting a minute plank or a 2-minute plank or a 4-minute plank. Keep pushing yourself and practice those planks consistently. Russian twists and bicycle crunches. Those are some other good examples of how to work the deeper abdominal muscles. And the last one and most underrated exercise is just walking, okay? And low impact cardio. So walking is a great exercise for so many different reasons, right? We're always talking about increasing our steps. I've seen some great research that shows if you just increase your steps by 2,500 a day from what you're already doing, you're already seeing some great benefits there. But that daily movement helps us to lose fat. And I feel like as we age, I know I sit more, whether I'm working, whether I'm at my kids' games, whether I'm driving or traveling, right? So we're sitting more. So you have to be very intentional about going out for a walk, because that does help with fat loss. And then the last few things here that will also help you with your fat loss, the importance of nutrition. You cannot exercise, or you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. 100% true. Doesn't happen. You might have gotten away with it in the 20s and 30s. I know I did. But once you hit your 40s and beyond, you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. So you have to dial into your nutrition and stress, because this is affecting our cortisol. Our cortisol also contributes to this belly fat. So managing your stress with exercise is a great option. And sleep and recovery. This is underrated, but sleep is so important, and your recovery. So also make sure when you're doing your lifting workouts 2 to 3 days a week, you're giving yourself time to recover before the next workout. Otherwise, you're just going to stress your body too much, causes cortisol, causes the belly fat. So sleep and recovery are even more important during this phase in our life. So now that you really know what will work to help you with your belly fat loss, which one of these exercises will you try first? Leave me a comment, let me know. I would love to hear. And if you're ready for a step-by-step plan to get your weight off at this phase in your life, as we work with balancing your hormones with nutrition, exercise, I would love to join you on a free call. The scheduling link is in the show comments below. Have a great day.